If you're running a high-level agency and onboarding still feels like herding cats, or it feels very generic because you've outsourced onboarding and you want your process to be more helpful to your clients, stay right here. This one is definitely for you. Welcome back to the Marketer's Toolkit in the Spotlight series. I'm Virginia Schauer, and today is a special one because I'm sitting down with the man behind the Marketer's Toolkit himself, Tom Bristol. Now, if you were here for the last episode, I promised you this was coming, and here we are. Tom has been building MTK since 2019, and if you've ever wondered who's responsible for the OG of theme builders, the GOAT of customizing and making your high-level backend look nothing like anything else on the market, it's him. He even took home a vendor appreciation award at HighLevel's own event, recognizing him for better care of the MTK community than anyone else out there. And this isn't an accident. This is just who Tom is. Today kicks off what I'm really excited to say is going to be an ongoing thing. Tom is going to be joining me here on the In the Spotlight series to share what's new, what's being refreshed, and what's coming inside the toolkit. This is first of many, and I could not be more excited about this. And for this first one, he's walking us through something brand new called Agency FormKit. Same origin story as MTK itself. He looked around, couldn't find what agencies actually needed, and built it himself. So let's dig in. All right. We are here with our founder and CEO of the Marketer's Toolkit to bring you some new things that are happening over here. And I'm so excited. This is Tom Bristol. He has been running the toolkit for how many years, Tom?
Since 2019. So it seems like just yesterday, but it's been, 7 years now.
So tell us what the Marketer's Toolkit is and what problem it solves.
So originally it solved the problem that vibe coding has solved now, but originally it solved the problem of we had a whole bunch of marketers and people that were reselling HighLevel that were not techies, could not code, and HighLevel was amazing, but there was little things that bugged people and everybody wanted to do something extra that HighLevel didn't do because they started with the skateboard model, which I'm sure you've heard them talk about a billion times, where they, try the minimum, they release it with the minimum amount of capabilities and let the users complain, and then they, update it and make it work. And it makes it go to market really fast. And so that benefited us because we were able to fill the needs ahead of HighLevel. And it was a constant race because HighLevel, rightly so, and doing a great job, continue to hire people. And so we would fix something, we would put out a little snippet or something like that that people could use to fix it. And then, 6 months later to a year later, HighLevel would finally come out with their fix. So, so the purpose of the toolkit was to let other competitors, like let you as the SaaSpreneur or the marketer get an edge up on everybody else that's trying to resell HighLevel to be able to, have the better version of HighLevel.
Absolutely. And to be able to customize, I mean, I came to you
Yeah.
With doing custom CSS and everything in my agency, and then learning that you had the best on the market theme builder. And I was
Sure.
able to transform my back end to make it look so incredible and so good. And then on top of it, having the customizer, that was really what made the difference for me, because I could add and subtract things, hide things, add things in, and make it look completely unique for specifically my niche and my users, which isn't just a vanity metric for me. It was like functionality, intuitive
Yeah.
functionality. And that's one thing that HighLevel just doesn't pay attention to because they don't need to, is intuitiveness. And so I think that, Tom, your toolkit has brought intuitiveness to my system. So thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, that's a key thing that I always think with is how do we make it so that users don't have to go to a help doc? How do we make it so they can just like look at it and do what they want to do? That's like my motto actually. And but yeah, the customizer is the only thing like it on the market. It lets you dig in and restructure things in HighLevel. If you haven't seen it, if you don't know what the capabilities are, your mind's going to be blown when you actually see it. Like you don't expect to be able to do what you can, right? You can restructure the menu, you can rebuild your own menu. It doesn't even look like HighLevel at the end when you're done. And yeah, and now the number of updates we're putting out is incredible. The number of things and the, you know, upgrades that you can do with the toolkit now it's just continuing to go out and we're refining things. So I'm
Oh,
really excited for this year because it's going to be a banner year for HighLevels with AI, but also for reselling HighLevel, I think.
absolutely, absolutely. And I have to say that when I go to support at HighLevel, cannot tell you how many times that the support is like unable to navigate my back end because they're
Yeah,
like, Are you sure this is HighLevel?"
yeah, yeah. And
And
actually, that's an interesting thing. Like, I was just helping someone yesterday, actually, that uh, was vibe coding some JavaScript and CSS and stuff to put into their HighLevel, which is very dangerous.
mm,
There is a reason we still have a job, because you can vibe code and then lock everybody out of your system, and that's what happened with this guy. So
what?
he ended up like, I mean, Claude suggested, or ChatGPT, I don't know which one, suggested some JavaScript that he just copied and pasted into his custom CSS area or custom JavaScript area, and it created a loop. So whenever anybody logged in, it just like froze and it wouldn't let them go in. And he was like, posting in the Facebook group with like a red alarm, like, please, support said it was going to take 24 to 48 hours for someone to get back to me. And my users can't log into the app and I can't go in to remove it. And yeah, so danger,
Well,
danger.
that yes, I mean, I totally vibe with that because,
Yeah,
I had CSS and JavaScript that has broken, my system as well, and to have the marketer's toolkit, to have you and your team there, it's just such a safety. It's such a safety for my
yeah,
system, and it makes sure when everything is running, it just makes sure everything is running smoothly and I don't have to
yeah,
worry about it. And I don't have to have a team behind me either that are coders, or I don't have to
yeah.
worry about spending my hours in ChatGPT to worry about something breaking.
Yeah, yeah, it's so true, right? And we actually, one of the number one things that I really have attention on with the toolkit is making sure that the support is there for people and making sure that their users receive an uninterrupted experience and don't have bugs and stuff. So, I always feel like we can get better at our support tickets and handling things, but uh, I think the stability of our platform is the best out there. And so much so that I was so incredibly surprised at HighLevel when we were at our booth because we exhibit there every year. And Josh Satterley came and, had got together and got a vendor appreciation award from the clients.
Dr.
Yeah.
Josh Satterley was like, out of all of the different
Yeah.
vendors, you're the one that takes the care of the people the best, and the customizer. There's nothing else out there. There's things that try to be, but they don't focus on what is needed with what you do in the customizer. Is really cool.
Thanks.
Oh,
So,
you have something new. It's
yes.
like you had a moment or where you had a light bulb or I had enough moment and you knew something needed to be created. So tell us what that something is and what
Yeah.
brought it about.
Yeah, totally. So, as an intro, uh, the toolkit was originated because I thought, well, of course, there's other things out there. And then I started discovering back in 2019, I discovered, oh, wait, no, there isn't that out there. I should probably create it. And so this is a very similar story in that there are plenty of apps out there that work for forms, right? So think Jotform, Cognito Forms, Google Forms that try and handle, just regular forms. But the problem is that they handle all types of forms. They don't handle onboarding forms. And as an agency myself, actually built an app like this ages ago for our agency. And so I was like, I should probably bring this over to HighLevel because I haven't seen this out there yet. So I'll show you a little bit about it. But it handles three things, which is number one, I don't know of any form system that lets you save the progress as you're going along. So you get these huge onboarding forms, and the client needs to take, over 3 days, right? And so they don't just leave the browser open. So this lets them save it and then get reminders to fill it out at a later time.
That's
And then
awesome.
number two, you as the agency have already been talking to the client. You've got all sorts of data about them, and you're going to have them put all of that data back in again and have them answer it, even though they've, told you over the phone or over a Zoom or whatever. So how can we put all of that into the form so it shows that you're actually paying attention and they don't have to reduplicate their work of, putting it out there? And then number three, how can we automatically do that? So rather than having you just, type it in, how can we pull it in all from HighLevel, scrape their website, scrape their LinkedIn, put it all in together, and just pre-fill the data and give them a very fast, easy way of updating that form. So yeah, so let me share my screen and I'll show you here. This is Agency FormKit. So I'm going to sign in using my personal email and fill in your agency data here. And then if you are a Toolkit member, what you can do is just fill in your data here and it'll link it. So let's just see. I think it's,
Ooh, and I see you have a free version in here too. I know people are going to be
yeah,
interested in that.
yes, exactly. So we're logged in. Agency FormKit is based around templates. And the idea is a template is a repeatable questionnaire that you're going to be sending your clients, such as a logo questionnaire or a web design rebrief or things like that. And uh, they're simply, forms that you can drag and drop, or you can create them and import them from Google Forms, import a HighLevel form, or even build it with AI. So say you don't even know what it is that you want to do yet, you can give it an overall idea and it'll build your form for you, which is pretty awesome. Or just, reference someone else's form
Oh
already.
my gosh, this is so cool.
Yeah, right? People always say, "Can you just your people are getting lazy, so let's make it easy for them to be lazy." Just,
Exactly. Oh, I
automatically
love
build.
it.
Yeah. So, yeah. So that's how you create your templates. Once you have a template, you have a whole bunch of abilities here. You can once you're, connecting to HighLevel is really easy. All you have to do is, create your private integration key and put it into our system here. But once you have that connected, you have some great capabilities here with the HighLevel integration. And this looks like a lot, but it's actually really simple. All you have to do is copy this one link right here. And if you take a look at it up here at the top, you'll see all we're doing is we're just grabbing that contact ID and passing it along here. So when you do that, it's going to do what I'm going to show you manually here in a second. So when you have a template, that's a reusable form that we've got here. So then you've got clients, and a client is, a contact. And so if you can start from form requests or client, but if you say you're going to create a new form request, say we'll do like the basic information because that'll give us enough information here. You can search HighLevel. So I made a fake contact called Reginald who has all the data. I gave AI, I told AI, go in and make a fake contact for me. And it made a beautiful contact and decided to name him Red. So um, there you go. So anyway, we got Reginald here, and you now have the option to pre-fill it from HighLevel. And this is going to do two things. It's going to grab the data from the contact, the notes, the opportunities. And then if you have this checked, it'll also even scrape the guy's website up to 10 pages, put it all together, and give that as context to the AI that's going to then pre-fill the form for you ahead of time so that the contact just sees that you've put in the work to actually put in all the data so they remember that you remember everything that you talk about. So I'm going to uncheck this because thunderbottom.biz is not a real website. So here we go. And so anyway, so the idea here is it's now pulled in all the data that is in HighLevel. And now you can say, we don't know their industry, year of establishment, or company size. So I'm going to create the form and get the link. And now this is the link that you would email to the client. And so when they open it up, it looks like this. And so
Nice.
now they can look at this and they can just simply answer the few things that they need to, and now they're all complete and they can hit submit. If it's like a huge form and they want to come back later, they can always hit save and come back at another time, and they can copy the link, or they can put in their email address and the date and time they want to be reminded. And then they'll get an email saying, hey, come back. This is the link to do that. So all pretty awesome. When you hit submit, it says it's submitted and it's all done. And you've got all sorts of possible integrations that you can do to notify yourself. So if they have filled it out, you can, of course, fire off a webhook, notify yourself with an email, add a row to Google Sheets, upload the data in files to Google Drive
Wow.
or Slack. You can do multiple of these as well, and ClickUp. So you can simply add a task,
Oh my
update your
gosh.
field with your field mappings, all the things. So
Wow.
it's a full thing. I can assign it to you. And so when someone fills it out, it automatically
Yeah.
kicks off all the things, which is great. Um, Inside of HighLevel, you have the option of even adding a tag to their contact when the form is completed. So it can trigger off a workflow or whatever. It's like, okay, they're done, bring them off to the next thing. And of course, you have a whole bunch of other complicated options that you can do with the workflows and webhooks and things like that. But that's the easiest that you can do right here. Yeah. So, oh, and then another cool thing is if you import, like, check this out. So, say we take a HighLevel form, like the free marketing consult, and we want to make this one of our forms, right?
Oh.
So,
Oh, that's
uh,
great.
yeah. So I've just imported this directly from my account. And because it came from HighLevel, when it gets updated here, it will automatically update the HighLevel contact field because it's linked to that. So here, each one of these is a HighLevel contact field. You can see that right here. So um, all of these, anyway, so that makes it incredibly easy for you to just move a HighLevel form over, and it's like a two-way sync in addition
Yes,
to all the goodness that we've got here.
absolutely. So,
And
would you
then
recommend using this if you wanted custom fields updated to like create the form first over in HighLevel and then bring it back in? Or
yeah, it'll make it easier, I think, because that would give you a better workflow, because HighLevel is going to have the list of all your custom fields, and you can drag them in there, and you'll know, oh wait, no, I need to create another one, and it'll make it easier for you to build out, and then you can just import them like that.
yeah, that's great. That's great.
Yeah.
So, as far as like the templates go in here, where does this information reside? Like where, so it would be, I guess it would be put into like a Google form or ClickUp or something like that. These fields. So
Um,
that's where they live.
you mean where do you get to see this data at a later date?
Yes.
So we have some cool things. We have some cool things. So here you've got your form request. So you can see, if you click into it, you can see the form data that they've
Nice.
filled out right here. You can also see the form activity. So you can see um, who updated the fields. So you can see the agency updated these fields here because it tracks the IP address.
Got
So
it.
it can tell who's been updating the data. So you can actually, when you look at this, you can see, okay, so this was all pre-filled, but this other data was updated by the client. So you can see what they've done and what they haven't done.
So smart.
Thank you. So, uh, what I was going to show is we have the option of doing a wizard, and the wizard is basically like the slide. So you can still do um,
Like a survey?
yeah, it's like a survey. It's like a high level survey.
Yeah,
So you've got a couple options there.
that's
Um,
great.
yeah, and this is a work in progress, of course. So if there's, as soon as we released it, I got a bunch of uh, things from people saying, "Hey, it would be more intuitive if you did it this way," and things like that. Yeah, a lot of work and attention has gone into this to make it as simple and easy for people as possible.
It looks like you
Uh,
can just
to
jump
use.
right in and
Yeah,
get
should
right
be
to
able to
work
figure it
with
out.
it. And it's
Yeah,
easy to
exactly.
navigate, really simple and clean UI here. It looks really, really
Yeah,
good. Um,
thanks. Free to Toolkit members, which is very cool.
okay, yes. So it's free to Toolkit members. And that's what I was going to
Yeah,
ask you actually. What is the difference between, if somebody were to like just want this, what is the difference between the free version and the paid version?
that's a good one. So the free version gives you integrations. So it doesn't have um, it just has
Yes.
basic email notifications, and it doesn't have a lot of the white label stuff. With the pro version, you can actually put it on your own domain, and we haven't released it yet, but you'll be able to, add your own email authentication, so you can send it from your own email and things like that to further make it your own agency as opposed to Agency FormKit. So, free version, like most of these free versions, uh, let you use it, but add their own branding to it.
Awesome. Awesome. And so, last question, what do you want agencies to walk away with believing that's possible with the form kit?
Simplify their onboarding and stop having to deal with huge amounts of Google Forms and just have things flawlessly go from, one thing to high level to ClickUp to whatever their native stack is, just have it be an entryway into it.
You have had onboarding form capability inside of the toolkit for a while, and I have interviewed some high level power users that have, 100 plus 1,000 plus users in their system where they've been using the toolkit for their onboarding, but they've had you had to have like a lot of development understanding behind the scenes. And this, it simplifies things so much for the agency. And it's something, I mean, to me, every agency should have some sort of onboarding process for high level.
It's incredibly true. Yeah. It's very, very important. And if you combine this with our agency workflow app that gives you the ability to update custom values and things like that, that's going to like take it to the next level.
Exactly. Well, thank you so much, Tom, for coming on and sharing this with us. I know a lot of people are going to jump in. And for those of you that have any questions, feel free to reach out to us. We're here for it. And we'll see you next time.
Beautiful. Thanks for having me.
Of course. The pleasure is so mine. We want him more on, right? Oh, you guys, Tom is building behind the scenes for all of us, and I feel so lucky to bring conversations like this one to you. Being his community and client optimization advocate has honestly been one of my favorite things. It's totally my jam, and I can't thank him enough for the opportunity to serve fellow GHL agencies and be a part of this amazing ride. And take it to the next level is exactly how he left it, which feels just right, What struck me most in this conversation is how much of the heavy lifting the agency form kit does before our client even sees the form. It already pulls their data, pre-fills what it knows, and sets them up to just confirm and move on. So if you want to try it, head over to agencyformkit.com. There's a free version. And if you're already in the toolkit, why not? You're in. It's free. It's included in your plan. So questions, come find us inside the Marketer's Toolkit for Go High Level Facebook group. Chris hosts live Q&A calls every Friday at noon Central, and the Zoom link is right there in the group. Thanks for being here, and we'll see you on the next one.